to the Podsack Podcast. It's your boy Andre and Coop. We're here to talk about anime and gaming news. I think I flowed it well with two people.
I didn't know if you were.
I know, right?
I was like,
you're like, how is he gonna do the middle part?
This is new. I don't know what's gonna happen.
I know, and we're here.
There's two of us.
There's just two of us. The boys are back.
Yes.
We have some. A lot of people aren't here today. You know, Sheldon.
There's a lot of
Neil isn't here. Pat's not here. It's just us two.
Literally, like in this room is literally just me.
yeah, we're just here. But we have a lot to talk about this week. There has been so much. So many video game things are happening. What is going on, dude? They save up all of their news
industry
for 1 week.
Yeah, the gaming industry as a whole is in a very interesting place.
Yeah, so we got a lot of fun gaming stuff to talk about. We are going to be going over Fireforce and Windbreakers.
Yep.
I actually have a new segment that I want to cover with you. I'm probably going to bring it to every episode, as many as I can, called Cooper's Corner. We will find out more about that later, though. I say we jump straight into some of the fun news. Microsoft is changing prices. They are going up. They are following suit with everyone else.
Yeah, this has blown up the internet in the past couple of days, where Xbox has joined the quote $80 price tag. And at first, everyone ripped into Nintendo, being like, thanks a lot, guys. You ruined it for the rest of the industry. But I didn't think that offer. I was more like, okay.
Yeah.
Like, it makes sense. And like, this is such like I don't want to say, I was going to say a subjective opinion, but you know what? It is. Screw it. It's more of like a subjective opinion, because I don't know. Like, I've talked to a few people in the States, and they're up in arms, and like everyone up here in Canada is like, it kind of just follow suit, because they've been the only gaming thing that like their games have not been kind of like up to.
Well, the thing is, like Microsoft is American, right? And like for them, I feel like America's in a lot of turmoil right now. With everything that's going on worldwide. But like at the same time, it just makes sense. Like, why wouldn't they just do the same thing that Sony and Nintendo is doing, where everything's going up? The games are better. Understand this. We are not playing like 20-year-old games. Go and play a game.
Games are better. They take longer.
They're way more expansive
to make. More expansive and more expensive.
Oh, way more. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So take longer, or bigger, expensive.
You want video game makers to keep making games better and better. Understand that the prices are going to get higher and higher. That's just how it works.
It fits the bill.
Yeah, you can't just go out and be like, oh, why are they charging me so much for this great piece of content? It's like,
yeah, that's like,
I mean,
every time I get like a new piece of tech for my office or something, my partner goes, why don't you just buy the cheaper version? And I'm like, I could, but it'll break down in like a month. Spend the money, have the better one, last me 5 years.
I agree with this. That's my ideology. I have that's how I did with all my shoes. I have tons of pairs of shoes. I got like 25 pairs of shoes. I'm like, I never have to buy shoes again. Y'all got to go out and buy shoes.
Yeah, like when
I have a ton, and I never have to worry about them again.
When I wanted to buy my new MacBook Pro for my stuff, I had to like explain to my mom and my partner that like, I'm buying this one because the price tag is very big, but this thing will carry me for years.
Legitimately carry you for years. Like, you won't need a new one for a very long time.
Carry me for years. Right.
So it's I mean, it just makes sense. I do have the list of the price increases, so we can go over them. Obviously,
and I just want to say, Xbox for the longest time, their controllers up here, $74 a pop. That is reasonable.
Very in Canada, that is reasonable. These prices are American, but yes. In Canada, that's very reasonable, considering Joy-Cons and PlayStation DualSense controllers are both $100 a pop.
Special, like limited edition Joy-Cons after tax, like a $130.
Same thing with the DualSense controllers. I'm pretty sure
is that
Yeah, the DualSense, like all the limited ones, they
Yeah.
were also like $20 more. Like they're like you're paying an arm and a leg for these things. It only makes sense that Microsoft follows suit. So the Xbox Series S 512 is going up to 379, going up $80. We also have like another $80 increase on basically everything. I think everything's just going up $80.
Yeah.
And then obviously the controllers are still the core is $64.99. Their color controllers are going to be $69.99. The special editions are going to be $79.99 US. Obviously all these are USD. And limited editions will be $89.99, up from $79.99. So they will, I guess these limited edition controllers will just be like exclusive things.
Yeah, it's a pretty much the chart is going up across the board.
Yeah. And everything is following suit, and you know it makes sense. I don't know why people are angry.
And
I dunk on Xbox. I think the most out of everyone.
That's what I was gonna allude to. Is that like we dunk like Xbox has been dunked on for years now.
Oh, they are.
I think they need this price hike to like survive.
Yeah, they really do. Like it just makes sense. If you're a Microsoft fan, you should be. I mean, yeah, understandable. You're going to have to pay more. Remember, if you're a big Microsoft fan, you got to be standing by them.
And I actually was watching this video.
I'll pay
yesterday.
more for my Sony games. If Sony was like,
I'm paying more for my Nintendo things.
I want Sony to increase their prices. Honestly, I don't care. Just make sure the quality is there, and they always do. So I'm happy to pay.
Yeah, and yeah. So I watched a video yesterday, and the YouTuber, he made a great point. He's like, "Is Xbox or Microsoft doing this to get with the times, or B, because now they want you to play more Game Pass? Because Game Pass didn't change at all."
No, I don't think that's the case. I think that's just how physical media works. Like, obviously, Game Pass, we've said this in the past. Like, yeah, it's great, but it is the biggest crux to Microsoft's Microsoft's whole selling operation.
Yeah, and I had this convo with a customer yesterday saying how like Game Pass
has devalued their games.
True. That and the fact that like, yeah, it's good, but if you aren't utilizing the entire like if you have Game Pass for 3 games, you shouldn't have Game Pass.
Yeah.
But then it's like now games are more expensive. So either way you lose.
The thing is,
pick the lesser of two evils.
Exactly. So just, I mean, at the same time, you should be standing up by your, like, I'm fully willing to pay this for Sony. If you're a Microsoft fan, you should be standing up for it, or jump ship like every other sane person.
But to counter that point, each ship is now like what ship can you jump to? Because now we're all kind
Sony or Nintendo.
No, I guess my point is that like you can jump ship, sure, but I feel like every ship now is in the same sea.
Oh, it is, but like for if you look at realistically, break down like what Microsoft has released in terms of like
in that sense, yeah,
and
but like if you're
Sony or Nintendo,
if you're trying to jump ship to save like a cent or two, you're not really going to be saving because everyone is kind of now on the same playing field.
Everyone's on the same playing field, but you can jump ship to get better quality of the same playing field.
True. So it's like
that's my point on it. But let's go on to some more fun news, or I should actually say some sad news. GTA 6. GTA 6 is getting pushed back, dude.
Probably the game that will define gaming for a long time. Rockstar, I think like what 2 days ago, came out and said, "Yo, GTA 6 delayed
next year."
Next question.
I'm not mad.
Which is crazy.
They didn't give us, the thing is, they never gave us even a month when it was coming out. They just said late 2025. They said late 2025. They didn't even give us a month. They just said sometime. And
it's crazy because they dropped a trailer and then just smoke bombed and just didn't say a word.
Yeah, they just smoke bombed. Well, that's what they always do. That's the crazy part about them. They just like drop something and then they're like hide in the bushes and you're like, what is going on?
Yeah, and then like they just slid this note across the table and they were like, yeah, sorry.
Yeah, it's coming out May 2026. We have a month.
For what?
For GTA.
We have a year.
No, we have a year. They said May, didn't they?
May 26, 2026.
Yeah, we have an exact day now. We have an exact release date. We never had like an exact release day prior to this.
So now, so it's like bad news, but good news.
Bad news, but good news. We're
Yeah.
getting let them work on it.
They're
I
like,
don't
hey,
want
we're leaving, but we're coming back.
who played if you played GTA 5 on release, you would know exactly what I'm talking about. It was dog. It was not good.
Half the game was out because they didn't have it online.
There was no online. There was no PC port. Like, it just came out on console.
Yeah.
And for like, I think for the first month, and it had like console exclusivity, and like not even that. The game just ran poorly. Like, it was a dumpster fire.
Oh, I heard.
So let's not have that happen again.
No. So but it's this, I guess it's a weird conversation in the sense of like delaying games can be bad or good.
It can be bad or good. It can be a bad sign sometimes, but when it's in Rockstar's steady hand, I think it's a good thing. It is a good thing. I think Rockstar is just, they need more time to really master their craft.
Yeah.
And to come out with a fully fleshed out product, and that's what I want. I'm happy. I'm still waiting for a cool deluxe edition or something like that. I probably won't get a collector's or anything for GTA, but a cool deluxe edition. I'll pay the extra $1 to get some cool, I don't know, cars, whatever they're gonna provide in game.
Jacket.
You know yeah.
I mean? Yeah.
But now I want to get on to something that is near and dear to my heart. The biggest thing going on in gaming for me right now.
Oh, I was like, what?
It has taken over my entire life.
It
really has.
Damn near almost.
It is Borderlands.
Ghost of Yote. No,
Ghost of Yote. No, Borderlands 4. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I just got done watching the
gameplay trailer.
Was it like developer?
It was a gameplay reveal. Because they hadn't shown gameplay. It had all been like the cinematic gameplay that you can see, like really cool, very highly edited. This was very raw. It showed you what the game is actually going to look like.
Actually playing the game.
Actually playing the game. And so we got a much better breakdown of how everything's going to work. We got, just an insane amount of content. They released.
The two characters that they showed were very cool.
Vex. And Vex, who is the siren.
Yeah.
And I can't remember the operative's name for the life of me.
The cyber ninja dude.
Yes. Who has the two energy blades.
Yeah. So, and I think when I've played a Borderlands game, I've always like opted out for the ops because I just love the fantasy of being like a cybernetic ninja. So this dude looks cool, but I also exactly. But I also have always loved the power fantasy of the siren.
Yeah, that's my one thing. You know, I only played as Lilith, the siren I only played as is Lilith in Borderlands 1.
Yeah.
And realistically, Borderlands 1 was so bare bones. The ability was pretty garbage, right?
Yeah, it was
just a running mechanic. You go invisible and you run. That was her like literally all you could do as the Firehawk. And then in Borderlands 2, they really upped the game when it came to siren powers, and we really got some cool stuff. And then we had Amara in Borderlands 3, who was the kind of the melee, the brawler
of sirens.
Yeah, the brawler of sirens.
She used her siren's power to more be like, I'm just gonna up.
And now we have Vex, who is kind of the pet character. There's always usually like a pet character who has like pets. We had Flack, who is an operative, but he had pets. And then in Mordecai, who is also the sniper.
R.I.P.
All right, did you know Mordecai's still there?
No, I know, but his companion.
Oh yeah, Bloodwing. Rest in peace, Bloodwing.
Still hurts.
It still hurts.
Bloodwing.
No, now it's Talon, dude. Talon is Talon's his new pet sidekick. But yeah,
it's not the same.
Yeah, it's true. But in this, we got to see the game looks completely different.
Oh yeah.
Can we talk about how the game just looks like it looks like Apex almost, like in a sense.
Yeah, me and Sheldon were saying that it looks very like Halo-ish.
Halo, yeah, that's a great one.
Plays a lot like Halo.
Yes, looks very Halo-esque. Actually, that's a more apt comparison because I
Yeah.
was thinking Apex, but yeah, it looks very Halo-esque.
Yeah.
Where now instead of having like everything in the middle of the screen, like your health bar and everything
Yeah.
like that, it's
The UI is like on the border, so it's just
Yeah.
more screen
They-
real estate.
they move the objectives from the right to the left now because in every game the objectives have always been on the right side of your screen.
Okay.
So now they're on the left side. Small thing. I just noticed it. There's double jumps, floating. There's
You can
boost. There's
climb.
grappling hooks. There's
The
climbing.
climbing sent me. I was like, whoa.
Dude, this game looks crazy.
Yeah.
What-
They like completely like revamped everything.
Everything is new. Everything is fresh. I am so excited. This gameplay trailer was everything I needed. It solidified the fact that this is going to be my favorite game this year.
Game of the year already.
Game of the year already. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but no, it did look quite good. And they are saying they're going back to like the roots of like Borderlands
Yes.
1 and 2.
They're
so.
changing. They're doing something. This whole thing was so weird because I don't feel like a developer has ever come out and just done everything out of the gate that they were criticized for in the last game. Every single point. So legendaries in Borderlands 3 were very, very prominent. Like you would have a full legendary setup by level 26. Like not even done the story or anything. You have full legendary gear and it devalued legendaries to a certain extent, but it also devalued the rest of the game's loot pool. It almost made it like, why would I ever use anything else when I'm just gonna have this extremely overpowered these extremely overpowered guns? And that's why Borderlands 2 is so popular. I feel like
because when you found one, you found one.
Because it's like such a low drop rate. Like the bosses had dedicated drops, like obviously by the end of Borderlands 2, but they had dedicated drops, and usually they're like 10% drop rate.
Yeah.
So it's like you got to farm this dude a lot before you get like a cool legendary, right? And they're bringing that back. They also said that the guns or the rarities are going to mean more, which is huge because I want to feel like I want a blue weapon to feel, really good in my hands compared to a green weapon. I don't want it to be like just I
want like a blue gun to carry me like a couple levels.
Exactly, right? Like I want some cool just more of that. And I think that's what they're giving us with in this gameplay trailer. I mean, that's what it seems like. It seems like they're going back to their roots. They're really focusing on there's these really cool shots with dense mobbing. I don't know if because that's like something that a lot of people were talking about is like, yeah, in Borderlands 2, the problem is you'll have like 3 or 4 enemies spawn at a time, and then you'll have another wave of like when you kill one, maybe one more will spawn right after that, right? It's not dense. It's just like 1 or 2 guys and you're aiming around corners. This looked like there was going to be like 20, 30 dudes running at you. You're going to be just slaying out.
I like the games where it's like I need to hide, think about my next couple like moves, and then get out of cover and then just go.
I just want to go. Well, in a game like Borderlands, the thing is, it's very high paced. It's always been.
I felt this was very
high
paced,
and that's how the game has kind of evolved. It went from Borderlands 1, which was kind of more of a slower paced game for sure. You had Borderlands 2, which was much faster paced, especially near the end. Once they started increasing the level caps like up to 80 and all the DLCs started dropping, the game was like you were running around like madman, just killing everything. Borderlands 3, same way. You go and play as Zane, I remember in the beginning of the game, I picked Zane. He was the weakest character in Borderlands 3. By the first month, they had rebalanced the game, and you could get skills that made you run across the entire map in like 2 seconds. And these are massive, expansive maps, which we should talk about in Borderlands 4. They said seamless maps. We're going to be getting they said near no load time, which was weird.
Every game says that.
That's a weird, yeah. Like, what do you mean by near no load time? Like, are we talking about like we're gonna get? Is there borders or not? That's what we really want to know, right? Are we gonna
like? Am I gonna step into different biomes and it's like a different area?
Well, am I gonna go and I'm gonna have to interact with a wall that says go to this area like we have had in 2 and 3 and or 1,
or is
2,
the wall
and 3?
just gonna like open?
Yeah, or is the door just gonna open and then there's gonna be like a I don't know, it's gonna be a small rendering or a small portal or something that you go through. Like what exactly are we talking about?
Yeah.
Load time.
Yeah.
That's what I do want to know. But from everything I saw, this is a 10 for me.
Yeah, I haven't been excited for a Borderlands game, I think, since like 2. Actually, have I ever like really
What were you excited? I never got into 2 until like my Borderlands history was like I started when the level cap was like 72.
Yeah, I think like I played the first one and I enjoyed it, and then I played 2 and I was like, oh, this is super fun. And then I played the pre-sequel and it shot me in the foot.
Yeah, pre-sequel was really, really bad.
I beat it just to beat it, but then I think the wait for 3 for so long like killed the hype.
Yes and no. The reason was because
a
lot of people, this is where a lot of people who I talk to who are like they've played the Borderlands games, but they don't know like everything about Borderlands. Cause I just went through and did a deep dive on what actually happened. There was a weird time when Telltale was like the biggest thing in gaming. Do you remember this Walking Dead Telltale game and everything? Yeah. Borderlands hopped on that train, but the problem was they tied it to the main story. People think that Borderlands 2 goes Borderlands 1, obviously pre-sequel, Borderlands 2, and then Borderlands 3. But that's not the case. In between 2 and 3 is the Telltale game.
Oh, interesting.
The Telltale game is actually technically almost the prequel to a lot of what happens in 3. It's the intermediary between the two.
I get it.
Now, obviously, there was also the Commander Lilith DLC that came out right before 3, which also tied in those characters into Borderlands 2. So we got that. But in this, we are now getting like we have old returning characters and new characters that they've showed off, and dude, everything. I can go on about this for forever. But honestly, I feel like we should jump into some other stuff because I'm just gonna ramble on.
Borderlands, but and to mention, it got moved up.
I completely forgot. Yeah, September.
Yeah,
20th.
it was gonna come out same day as Bungie's new extraction shooter marathon, but they said, you know what, let's split it. We'll come out first. Yep. Then you guys can have your day, which I respect.
I respect that.
I respect them.
Said, Randy Pitchford was the one who said it, and he always, I don't know, Randy, I don't know how I feel about you, dude. You give me really good news, but you seem like a weird dude on the side.
Like the weird uncle.
Exactly, like the weird uncle.
But yeah, like I respect when a company's like, hey, look, let's not squabble and then fuck up each other's kind of like days.
He said that like their development process was actually going ahead of schedule, which is very weird.
Yeah,
because I've never heard about that in a video game ever.
Yeah, so but yeah, I respect that he's like, hey, look, you guys have your day, we'll have ours, and we'll both cook.
Yeah.
So
and
mad respect.
I also think it's smart because they're moving in the opposite direction. They're moving further away from Ghost of Yotei as well.
Yeah,
because Ghost of Yotei is like a week after that, or maybe a week and a half.
October 2nd.
It's October, yeah. So it was a week.
Oh, sorry, a week after
Marathon.
Yes, sorry.
And when Borderlands 4 original launch date, this gives it 2 weeks before that as well. Mm-hmm. And honestly, like,
damn, 3 games back. Wow,
I know, back to back to back. September's insane. September until October, it's gonna be insane.
Yeah, I mean.
My wallet is gonna be hurting so bad, dude.
Oh, I know. This latter half of the year, I'm like, there's so many games to come out.
Dude, I know. It's a problem. But let's get into some more fun. We got some anime stuff.
Yes, we do.
We got some anime stuff. We got we go into what do you want to hit first? Fire Force or Windbreakers? Windbreakers is a shorter one.
It was.
Let's do Windbreakers.
Yeah, I feel
start off on a low and we'll end off on a high.
I don't understand this. I don't want to say it's a lull, but the tempo of Windbreakers at the moment.
Yeah, they're going for, it's weird because I like the reason
like
I like
these guys hyped up Windbreakers a lot, and now that I'm here, I'm like, guys, where?
No, the reason that where
are we going?
The reason I liked the original season of Windbreakers because it was all hands. That's all we want to see. We just want to see hands with different people. And there
Hands
was
on different people.
legitimately. And right now we're going through this lull of Sakura really trying to overcome his fear. And yeah, it's taken way too long, brother. You need to get over it.
Bro, get over it.
Bro, get over it, dude. We need some
like we get it.
We need punching in the face. But we did get a little bit, we got past it in a certain sense in this episode, which is kind of the highlight, because I feel like the next episode is where we're finally going to be going forward.
I hope so.
Yeah, I really do hope so. I said that last week, and this week they were like, nope, guess what? Another week.
Hope so.
But let's get into it. We started off with that. I mean, it was a pretty cool, the black and white sketch drawing of him on the tightrope, talking about how his life has just been him on a tightrope, like just trying to survive in a sense, and not having,
always tense, shallow breath, alone,
and
in the dark.
Yes, and to be fair, it was. I think that analogy was really cool. I did really like that intro.
Yeah.
I thought it suited the episode.
Tell us his past without telling us about his past.
Yeah,
past. Sorry.
Exactly. And so they give us kind of a glimpse at what he's dealing with. And right after that, we cut to them in the school.
Mm-hmm. He shows up, and everyone's like, "Oh, hey, you're
Hey,
back.
you're
You
back.
Look as pale. Thank God. XYZ."
Oh,
and then
what was his name? Shoot, I'll pull it up.
Suigetsu.
No, not Suigetsu. I'm talking about the muscle-headed dude, Taiga. Suguera? His name is Suguera, Taiga, the muscle dude. He's holding whey protein.
Was that actually whey protein?
It was whey protein. He legitimately had whey protein.
Bro's a gym bro.
He is a gym bro. He is my man, my myth, my legend.
Bro always has the whey on
deck. He legit said he leaves.
He's thirsty because
he's like, they're like, where'd you get that from? He's like, I just keep it here. What you talking about? I got whey protein everywhere.
You want a shake?
You want a shake now? Later? Yeah. So we kind of get that interaction where everyone's
just going about their day.
Everyone's going about
normal.
their day just normal, and Sakura's just in his fifis.
Yeah, he shows up and he's like,
what was me?
Literally, yeah. He's like, guys, I'm I've always struggled with, friends. I'm sorry. I've been a bum.
I always took everything on my shoulders, but now I'm learning that you guys are really there for me.
Yeah, less kind
and I just don't know how to say it other than the way I'm saying right now.
That's literally like kind of like it.
That was it. And then they started beating him up.
And then he gets kicked in the back by, what the hell's his name? It's not Suigetsu. It's the long hair guy.
With the eye patch?
No, long hair guy.
Oh, right. Shoot. I'll try to find his name. But
anyway, he gets kicked in the back.
Yeah, Sugishida.
Yeah, Suigetsu.
Shut up. Sugishida.
Yeah, so he kicks him, and then he's like, "What that for?" And then he's like, "You were in my way." And then the rest of the class is like, "Great idea." And then they start beating him, and then we get the niche, side character grabbing the main character, being like, hey, listen, okay, man?
Lock in.
Okay?
Lock in, brother.
We're all here for you, dude. Okay, we love you, man.
We love you, dude.
Stop. All right? Yeah, so we
Bro
get,
love.
Yeah, so we get like the whole monologue of him being like, look, man, shut the fuck up, okay? We get it, right?
Exactly.
You're sorry. Stop being a POS and just man the fuck up. All right, dog?
Man up.
God.
Be a man. Stop being
know what? Where do you want to go?
We're way past 10 minutes. Stop being a little bitch.
Yeah. Stop being a fucking bitch. Okay, we get it. You're sorry. Boo-hoo. Cry me a river, dog.
Cry
Where do you want to go eat?
Exactly.
And he's like, what? And he's like, let's go eat as friends because we are all friends, right?
Wait, there's one shot back when it goes back to him, and they're cutting back and forth between that and him in the black and white, and he's on the tightrope, and we made the comment where his hands looked like his toes.
Yeah,
and
so
they started curling.
So there's a shot of him on a tightrope, and it's like his foot and his hands.
He's
like
squatting down, gripping it,
gripping the tightrope, and I was like,
but his hand is straight, and then it starts to curl around, so it almost looks like his toes.
And I was like,
curling
is this
around.
man's
like
foot a monkey foot. Yeah. Anyway,
It was real odd.
But yeah, it was basically like that whole like niche thing where like a random character or the side character has to like basically be like, shut up to the main character. So, and I'm sure that's been in like every anime. Yeah. So,
and then they're like, they literally say, where are we gonna go eat? And everyone just starts being like, you choose where we're gonna eat.
Yeah.
And everyone's like, cake,
meat,
meat, cake,
skewer,
rice,
fish,
donair, Wendy's, 7-Eleven,
yeah,
McDouble, junior chicken, large fries. Shove them in, shove the fries inside the burger. Eat the burger with the fries. Also get a milkshake on the side so you can dip the fries into the milkshake.
Literally, that's word for word, beat for beat.
Word for word.
So then randomly, Sakura's like, almond rice, and they're like, what? And he's like, almond rice, and they're like, to the fucking pot house, let's go.
Let's hit it, big sister. Let's make some omelet.
So then they go, it's basically not an excuse, but like they want to all hang out because I guess they don't really hang out. And
well, they start saying like Sakura knows nothing about us.
Yeah, side character dude is like you said shit about you. Let's all talk about how we suck.
Yeah, they're like, what? Like, you don't know anything about us. Let's go. We're gonna go chill and basically just talk
eat and be boys.
And so I finally have the name of Big Sister. God damn it,
Coffee House Bitch.
Coffee House Bitch.
Sheldon refers to her.
Tachibana. Kotoha Tachibana.
Kotoha.
I'm going with Tachibana. Okay.
Tachibana.
So Tachibana.
So they all pull up to her her like coffee shop, and they're like, omelet rice, let's go. And
everyone getting omelet rice, and she's like, "Hey yo, I just got eggs, bro. Like, on God, like yo, chill. Can we order some different things? Cause I just bought eggs
with my own money.
With my own money.
With my money, I am not gonna feed all y'all some fucking omelet rice. Damn. So yeah, so they all get food. And the roasting begins. So we get one dude being like,
well, they're like,
I'm afraid of bugs.
What are your? This is gonna be the best time for us to lay out our fears for whatever reason. So I can't remember who it was, but one of the dudes says, "Yeah, I'm afraid of insects.
I hate insects."
Right, and
he's
then
terrified.
What was his name?
Jim Bro.
Jim Bro. Damn it! I have it here. Tyga. I'm gonna call him Tyga because that's like the rapper Tyga.
Yeah, Tyga hits the. Even though I go to the gym and I'm big, I'm scared of ghosts. And when I wash my hair, the soap goes in my eyes because I can't close them because I'm scared of ghosts.
Yep.
You know what?
Scared of ghosts.
I respect it
because he also explained. He's like, I go to the gym and I'm strong,
and no matter how strong I get, I can never beat the ghost.
I can never beat the ghost.
For real.
That's crazy.
I go to the gym and do cardio, can never outrun my problems. I'm gonna say right now. On God, brother.
On God, brother.
But yeah, it was hilarious. So then they just start having like,
that's placard now. Like Andre Wilson 316. Like
you know, verse 4.
Verse 4.
And then we get to eye patch guy. What is it? Suo?
It is Suo. Yes.
Yeah. So Suo goes, I'm afraid of this thing. I can't recall. And then
no, he says Nato. Or no. Sorry. No. He doesn't say Nato.
He says something
first.
random.
Yeah,
and
he
then
says something random.
It
was like
Kirei? The weakling dude that got.
Yes.
Yeah. Kirei goes, hey, I thought you were afraid of Nato. And he goes, Nirei. Yeah, sorry. Nirei goes, hold on. You were afraid of Nato.
You're afraid of Nato.
And then like his eyes go by and he's like
looks at him like
and he's like no.
What?
Yeah.
He hit him with the hardest one eye.
He's like
side eye.
What?
He turned his head full 180 degrees because he couldn't see his eye.
He's
he
like,
had
what?
to show him his eye.
And he's like, in my book, page 4 says that here that you were afraid of whatever.
Like, who told you that?
Whatever the fuck Nato is. And he goes, who told you that?
And then Nero's like, I don't know. It's just written down here. Hey, don't shoot the messenger.
Yeah.
I'm just here to tell y'all.
Look, big dog, I don't know who said it, but in my page 4, it says that you are afraid of Nato. And then randomly some guy's like, Nato, right now. And
Sakura actually starts giggling.
Well, no, first random guy's like, I'll go get it, sprints away.
Oh, right.
And they're all holding him down, and he's like, no, guys, we don't have to get no one get whatever the fuck Naruto is, please. And then Sakura laughs for the first time, just genuinely goes, and the room just goes quiet, and everyone's like, did he just laugh?
Yeah, did he just laugh?
Hey, did he just laugh?
And so they
and then everyone goes, yeah,
yeah, like a bunch of dumb high school
Sakura's like,
students.
what? But it's kind of like, I love the innocence of Sakura, that
is the part that's like very heartwarming about this show.
Yeah,
is like there's so much when it comes to
like Sakura is an onion, and bro just has layers of trauma. And each time a layer gets peeled off, it's like a really like heartwarming thing.
It is. Like they're really helping him overcome this fear. And it is really nice to see like the camaraderie and the love. And that's what like that.
I think we actually skipped it. I think there's a scene before they go to the coffee house that in the whole sketched out tightrope thing, he jumps off.
He does jump off, right?
And then the next scene of like
that's a little bit later.
Is it okay?
Yeah,
Okay,
it is a little bit later.
I couldn't recall. Yes. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, because I kind of have. Oh wait, no. You're right. You're right.
So we did skip it.
Yeah, we did.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So there's that moment when
he like jumps off the rope, and it's like, I guess like him like
he's kind of giving up on his preconceived notions of like
of life. Yeah. So
like walking this tightrope, he's now jumping into the arms of his friends and leaning on people for the first time.
Yeah. So the next scene is like it's a field, and the rope's like this high off the ground. So like it was just, I guess, like his anxiety of like, oh my god, I'm alone, but like no.
I had to make a really like just a one note message, which was just the animation. It was so pretty.
It was
like during those scenes and those clips where like he's joining his friends are like, they're drawn so well,
and like drawn is a great way because like they actually look like they were like sketched.
Yeah, they look like hand sketched.
Yeah,
and it was a really touching moment.
Yeah, so like the next scene, he's in a field, his friends are there, they help him up, and his clothes change into like the outfit, and then his friends are walking away, and the scene's like, I guess, in black and white, or just like all like white but not like no color. And as the scene goes on, it gets like more colorful, and by the end of it, it's a shot of like him sprinting towards his friends, and like it's colorful, and it was like really well done.
It was,
and like that
really
was a moment that I was like, I felt for Sakura, like he now has like friends.
Yeah,
like
definitely
ride or die homies.
Definitely.
So
definitely.
Yeah. So then they get to the
restaurant.
Yes.
But then the restaurant happens after Sakura laughs. Umiyama's right outside, and then spiky haired dude, I can never remember his name. He basically drags Umiyama and says like, yo, just leave him alone, bro.
Yeah, because Umiyama was like, oh hey, I wonder what they're doing.
Hiragi's his name.
Yeah, so he was gonna open the door, and he's like, well, big dog.
Yeah.
This is their moment.
This is their moment, bro.
Yeah.
And then it actually cuts to like the next day.
Well, no, first Sakura sees that. He sees homie with the spiky hair.
Hiragi.
He sees him taking Umiyami away, and then Tsubaki walks by the door.
Oh, right.
Yeah, and like kind of like at Sakura, and he's like, okay. And then it's the next day.
It's the next day, and they're on the roof. Everyone's there. All of Bofurin, all of the big dude, every single person is there. Umiyama is flexing his plants. He's like, yo, look at my plants, dude.
Bro, you plant dog?
You checking out these plants,
you
dog?
You see these seedlings, brother?
Yo, see these tomatoes? These are some red tomatoes, brother.
These are gonna bloom.
These are gonna go crazy. And everyone's just kind of chatting and catching up. And then Tsubaki kind of comes out of the fray, and
Sakura goes, oh hey.
And Sakura's like, hey, and he's like, she runs up, and he looks up, and he's like, damn, she's tall.
That's funny because she said, he goes, wow, she's tall.
Yeah, he's a damn, she's tall.
Because he's like this, and he's like, she's pretty tall.
She's pretty tall. And then they kind of have this interaction. I don't know if you remember it well enough to go over their interaction, like play by play, but
Tsubaki says something and he goes, oh my god.
yeah, Tsubaki's like, hey Sakura, how's it going?
Yeah, and he's like,
hey, yo, your voice?
Your voice is super you're pretty deep for a girl. Yeah. And then we have a little playful.
And then Nire and Suo come up and Nire is like, hey, oh yeah. You don't know about Tsubaki, bro?
It's one of the four kings.
Hey, yo, you don't know.
Yeah, and then out loud, Sakura goes, she's a dude? She's a dude? And I was like, whoa. And then that's when Nire goes, hey,
yo,
my bad, big dog.
Yeah.
Hey. And then
he's special.
Yeah, and then Tsubaki's like
the full,
it's cool.
Full thing.
It's all good.
It's all good.
Yeah.
And then she kind of explains to him, that this is who she is.
Yeah.
And he ends up being like he ends up overcoming his preconceived notions of her like what she is.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Right?
Super quick.
Very quick.
And then if I'm not mistaken, she explains it like the four kings are here.
Yes.
Who then I ask Cooper and Sheldon, like, who are the four kings?
Who are the four kings?
And it's her, spike hair guy.
Yeah, Hiragi.
And then two other, and then Umami.
Umiyama's the head. Umiyama.
Umiyami.
Yeah, Sakura actually ends up blushing during that interaction too, like a lot. He's like, oh my goodness, she's a girl. And it's pretty.
Yeah, I think someone
cute.
explains it like Sakura blushes over like I can't remember what things.
It was like something I couldn't remember exactly what it was. But Umiyama actually ends up calling everyone over, and then he's like, everyone come over,
checking my plants.
Exactly, checking my plants. And Tsubaki turns around and Sakura's right there, and she starts fixing her hair, and then she runs over and she kind of like her demeanor changes.
For soup.
It's for soup. That's what it was.
Made soup.
Yes.
Umiyama.
Jesus.
What'd I say again?
Umiyami.
I can't
say the name right.
I always call him Gojo because he's a white haired dude.
Umiyama.
Umami.
So he calls him over for soup, and Tsubaki is like, you see her fix her hair, and I run over, and you kind of get the feeling like, oh,
yeah,
Tsubaki likes Umiyama. I mean, it makes sense. Everyone likes Umiyama. That's Gojo, right? That's the Gojo. It's legitimately Gojo. It's same hair color,
cool white hair dude,
same VA.
Is it actually?
Yeah, it's the same VA.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is. It's the same VA.
That's hilarious.
Bro's
portfolio is only voices white hair dudes.
Yeah, white hair hot dudes.
That I didn't know it was the same dude. Yeah, that's so funny.
And so then Tsubaki also then introduces her two vice captains
who are twins.
They're twins.
Identical. Yeah. I think one's hair is like.
Let's be real. They definitely gay. They were so femme. Like they were so femme.
Yeah. They were like very femme or
like they walked up and like they had like that like pouty look on their face.
They even hit Sakura with like, your outfit is super fashionista.
Yeah.
And I was like either femme or
one of the dudes is like, I thought you had colored contacts in. But it's just eye color.
What brand are they?
Natural. Yeah, what brand are they? Yeah. And they're so gay. It's pretty funny. But yeah, they kind of have that interaction with Sakura, and they get introduced. I don't know. I can't remember their names off the top.
One's name is Uryu, and the other one, and the other one is something. I only remember that because it's
Uryu.
Yeah, because it's literally Uryu.
Ishida.
I cannot remember the other one.
Here it was Uryu Sakaki and Seiryo Sakaki, and Siri is now going wild.
No.
So Uryu and Seiryo.
Okay.
Yeah. So they are definitely like K-pop idols or something. And that's kind of near the end of the episode. And
the episode does actually end on a very funny
note. So Tsubaki actually comes up.
I think they're all leaving.
Yeah.
And she's like, hey, Sakura, you want to go on a date?
You want to go on a date?
He's like the date, and then just ends. Which was, again, pretty funny.
It was pretty funny. It
Yeah.
was pretty funny. It's funny to see him like get all blushy and over it. So I did like this episode. It is a slower episode, but it's definitely been my favorite of these slower episodes.
Yeah, it was one of the better slice of life episodes.
Yeah, it was one of the better ones. I don't think necessarily last episodes really gripped me as much as this one did. I think this one just something, it really pulled at your heartstrings. I'm still only going to give it a 7.5 because personally, I still think that the story is just so elongated. Like we really need to get to something.
Yep.
Right. I understand we've been going through his trauma. There's other things that we need to progress the story a little bit more. But
yes, 100%.
7.5 is my score. What do you give it?
So yeah, same.
Yeah,
7.5. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was a good episode.
Yeah.
Not bad. Definitely go
7.5 umamis out of 10.
7.5 umamis out of 10. All right. And let's get into the big one. Fire Force.
Yes.
I've
the big
came
one
out
being
last week and I said I think it's mid. I think Fire Force is mid. This was one of the best episodes in Fire Force's history.
The only mid thing I saw was Obi's great mid section.
Couldn't have said it better.
You know what I'm saying?
Couldn't have said it better,
You know what I'm
my
saying?
brother.
Obi,
We start off strong.
Obi has now put himself in, you know, those memes of when people have like pictures of like anime characters and they're like
Daddy?
physique goal. Obi's up there.
Obi is physical.
Obi
Physique goal is
Have
in
you ever
the
seen-
dictionary. It's
Have
just
you
a
ever
picture
seen
of
that
Obi.
meme of like you might not know Dexter's labbing as a picture and he's like one day I'll be as
Oh
good as
yes,
yeah,
yeah.
that
yeah,
picture's
yeah,
now
yeah,
Obi.
yeah. It is now Obi. It is now Obi. So this episode actually starts with Shinra versus the head captain. We get that really cool kick just right off rip
Burns.
from Captain Burns.
Yeah.
And Shinra goes boop and
Yeah.
kicks him in the stomach, and he's like,
No, actually, Obi's, if I'm not mistaken, isn't Obi screaming? And then
That-
Shinra charges, and then Burns just like gut punches him.
yeah, he does, and then
Yeah.
he gets a kick off, and then Captain Burns is
Oh
like,
yeah, kick,
and then
block, gut punch,
gut punch,
Yeah.
and just nukes him.
Yeah, and then Shinra says back, "Ugh, this can't be real. This is not happening. Impossible." And then all of a sudden, so last episode, the bug was put in Obi, and he's he's like, and you know, we're all sitting here like, holy shit,
No,
this is it.
Captain
Obi is either an infernal or he's gonna get.
Sheldon said at the beginning of this season he was strongly and firmly dedicated to the opinion that he thought Captain Obi was gonna die.
Oh, dead,
Dead.
like bone skull, dead. So you know he's like screaming. All of a sudden, bro just goes and flexes as hard as bro can, and I guess the white guy goes, his muscles are so tough, and I guess the bug like
he
shot.
says, "I'm in peak physical form."
The bug
today."
shot out. You know he's still like this, and he goes. Bug shoots out, and
All
he
you
goes,
see-
"I have." He's like, basically, he goes, I'm paraphrasing. When you guys locked me up in the jail, I just trained, and now this is the result of my training.
Michelangelo. Not even close. Michelangelo, you know, you think of the sculpture and you're like peak.
Yeah,
That's
the
like
whole like
yeah,
like
so-
Greek god pose.
Yeah, you get the Greek god pose, you get the Hercules, you get all those pale in comparison to Captain Obi.
So bro's skin is just so tough, and he breaks the chains.
He breaks
randomly.
everything. All of his clothes come off. Like he's just
Yeah,
basically
yeah,
like
he rips-
full.
yeah.
Full.
But he didn't rip his clothes. He just flexed so hard.
He just flexed so hard
Yeah.
that they all came off. The chains came off, and they're like, "What?" And the bug's trying to bite him, and
Yeah.
it just can't get through his skin.
So then the lieutenant goes, "This is an emergency situation." Basically, gas him the fuck up. So everyone starts going, "Bro, you're so ripped.
everyone,
You're
dude, it's
your
like,
veins look great.
it's like the gym. It's like every time you go to this is my life. I love
This
it.
is what I want to happen."
Exactly.
When I'm doing PR, I want randoms to be like, "Bro, you got this."
I want somebody to call me Oil King.
Yeah, Tamagi goes, Oil King.
Oil King.
Yeah.
No, that's Diddy. Hold up.
Yeah, literally. Is her name Veronica, the red-haired chick?
Lisa.
Lisa.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
It's
Sorry.
Lisa, right? Yeah.
She goes, your abs look like chocolate bars.
Yeah.
I was like, bro, that's crazy. Your abs look like a chocolate bar. Vulcan's like, bro, your veins are lit.
Dude, you have muscles on muscles.
And the entire time, Obi starts hitting poses.
Oh, he's just posing and flexing.
And it's so great. Like, as someone who goes to the gym, I was like, this is great.
This episode was perfect.
It started out strong.
Dude, amazing.
Yeah.
I didn't even care that it fully blew out of the water the weight of him getting like infernalized, right? I don't even care because it was so good.
Yeah, like that when they were making this episode, there was people that went to the gym that were like, we have to do this.
It made you feel good. It made you feel big. I loved it. And then we get the intro, and then right after that, we get into what's actually going on
fight.
The ground, the big fight.
Yeah, so Arthur has just nuked someone with violet flash.
Wait. Before we get into that, what happens is you have like the group down on the ground. They're kind of going over like the evangelists are like just kind of standing there like, what are we going to do?
Yeah.
And then we get this really cool intro where this dude walks up on like the roof and then he jumps down and it's like all smoky and you get this really cool intro to where he goes, I am the dragon.
The dragon.
The dragon.
Yeah.
And
bro's tall.
Huge.
Bro is tall.
Anime, he's a cool look to him. I like the design of him.
Yes.
He looked really cool.
It's like
he got the dragon eyes too.
Oh yeah. It's like kind of cartoony.
Yeah.
But not overly
cartoony.
Yeah.
And then Arthur.
One Piece, I'm looking at you.
Of course. The man, the myth, the legend, Arthur.
Yeah. So the minute homie goes, I am dragon, Arthur, like you didn't see it, but like you could hear his ears perk up and he's like, haha. I have found you.
I am the Night King.
Yeah, I am
Arthur
the Night
Boyle.
King. Arthur. And I can probably guess the dragon's like, who the fuck is this guy?
Yeah. Literally, he's like, who is this dude? Well, he's like, I since you're the dragon, I'm the Night King, right?
Yeah,
so
I'm the Night King, Sir Arthur Boyle.
This is legitimately his life goal.
This is literally
It actually is his life.
Yeah.
He's talked about it before. He's like, a knight can only become can only be like fully established if he kills a dragon.
Oh yeah.
Right?
Like
so
this
now,
is his Mona Lisa moment.
This is his Mona Lisa.
Yeah.
And he's about to pop off and everyone's like, oh my goodness. And he gets out Excalibur and it's like only a small flame.
Yeah. And he even says, he's like, no one interfere.
No one interferes.
No one touch him.
No one even
This is my
close.
fight. So the dragon like exhales and blows everyone away.
Every
and Arthur
single person,
stands
yeah.
his ground because he's a knight.
Arthur's the only one there.
Yeah. And even he goes, impressive.
Impressive.
So Arthur's thing is for his sword to like become a sword. He has to imagine
the
he has
fantasy has to become like almost intertwined with reality. Like
yeah.
the more he
so
can
in
fantasize
his
about
mind,
it,
he has to create an image, and the bigger and like the more fierce the image, the bigger his sword.
Yeah.
So so his sword is like this big off the hilt, and all of a sudden he's like, "This is my moment," and he's like creating it. And once it is shown as like a dragon versus a knight, and it turns into like a dragon slayer.
Yeah,
and he even says,
Dragon Slayer sword.
Excalibur, help me fight this dragon, and I shall bestow the title upon you, Dragon Slayer. And this blade is like this
huge
thick.
now,
It's
because
thick.
before he was hitting like it was like a small lightsaber. Now it's like a full energy sword.
Yeah. It's like a giant sword.
It is.
Yeah, and it's like it's crackling and stuff. And he's holding it,
He's
and
got like the effects going around him, dude.
And there's like a hum to it.
The budget on this episode
was saved for
and so he immediately
hits the
violet flash just right off rip.
Yeah.
Huge cut, massive explosion. The whole freaking
cuts,
building behind him
turns
explodes.
around. Yeah. The cool guy, he's like, huh, Dragon defeated.
Dragon defeated.
Yeah, and then like the random white cloud that's on the side is like, oh yeah,
that ain't shit. And then he gets, like you said, Chai Hin, just straight to the side of the body.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's like
Blew
this,
him
and like
away.
it's slow mo, and like you can hear like bones crunching, and he's like, what?
Legitimately.
He's like, what? Yeah, he gets sent flying, and then like he sticks the landing.
He does stick the
Kind
landing.
of cool, right? And then that's when he goes, oh, okay, this is fucking for real.
He's like, everyone dies when I touch them with violent flash.
Yeah, and like he's shaking, and he's like excited, and he's like,
now I'm gonna use Excalibur to its full force.
oh yeah,
is basically what.
And then he just charges him. He's like,
starts to, yeah,
and everyone's like, what the fuck, like because he is just like full blown bombarding.
He's just going at him, just
yeah,
nonstop.
just cut, and the whole time that he's attacking,
you're just T-posing.
Dragon's like this, and he's just like, this kid's pretty good.
He's like, you've mastered the technique. You're great at your sword.
Yeah, and like he's even like this too. He's
legitimately just standing like
because
this.
like his arms are huge.
They're huge. They're massive.
They are very big arms.
And
so he's just like this.
And so he keeps attacking him, and Arthur basically, as he's attacking him, keeps getting stronger. Like he keeps powering up basically the entire time.
Yeah.
Like he's attacking him, and he's getting stronger because the fantasy is getting stronger. But Licht and the group behind him are like, yo.
I think it's Maki. She's like, Arthur keeps attacking, but he's the one getting hurt.
Yeah.
And they're like, what the fuck is going on? And then we pan up to my dude hitting every goddamn fucking pose. You come T-pose, hitting Obi's hitting every fucking pose in the book. And at one point the White Cloud's like, bugs, and just like
literally
throws
just
bugs.
throws like 3
at
or
one point
4.
Obi has like $5 on him, and he's just like, ah. Yeah. it's so funny.
It's perfect. It's perfect. These are my favorite characters in anything. Like it's the big muscly characters are always the best.
Are always either stupid or just like physically tough as hell.
Yes.
Like no powers, but can just throw fucking hands.
Just a unit.
Yeah, just a UNIT. Just a unit.
Just a unit.
Yeah. So yeah, Obi's just hitting poses, gets bugs thrown on him. And even Shinra's like, he can't keep this up forever, but he looks good doing it. Right?
Yep. And
then from not a second, we pan back down.
Yeah, back to
the fight. And Arthur is just spamming square. He's spamming square.
Square.
Yeah, spamming square.
He's full blown like. It looked like like if you ever play Monster Hunter, like you look like he was longsword.
Yeah.
Oh no, he was almost dual blades. Honestly,
yeah.
It was like a mixture of the both. He was just like swinging. Like madman,
bro
hitting
is
a bunch
spamming square.
But
and then the dragon does like a move, I guess, and his like hands. No, sorry. I'm getting ahead of myself. So we learn that when he gets cut, scales fall off of him.
Yeah, so he starts growing scales. And
each cut scales like form.
Yeah. They kind of they form every time he gets like a major injury, I feel like, because the rest of them he wasn't getting them, I guess. So,
yeah.
And he starts to get all scaly, and as Arthur is hitting him over and over, he does say something very wise, and honestly, I had to write it down because he just says, my sword is my blade. I thought it was so profound.
Arthur Boyle 316.
Arthur Boyle 316. Tears to my eyes, this absolute poet
in the book of greatest anime quotes. Arthur Boyle.
Arthur Boyle. My sword.
Verse 5, line 6, -24.
Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. But yeah, he kind of, so the dragon starts actually getting scales kind of all over, and he starts almost evolving.
Yeah, and then Licht sees this, and like he's like, I can't.
He's like
see.
analyzing. He's giving you a play-by-play.
Yeah, but he's like, he has scales, and then the dragon goes, I guess calls them like the dragon scales.
Yeah,
and they're essentially like cutting up Arthur as he's like attacking. So that's why he's getting attacked.
Yep.
And then all of a sudden, homie like transforms his hands into like these like pointed like claws.
Yep.
Kind of like dragon claws.
Yeah.
Talons essentially.
Yeah, they are basically.
Arthur gets nuked. He gets sent back, and he's like, "Don't touch me. I got this.
Don't touch me.
Yeah. I'm a knight.
I'm about to pop off.
Yeah. And then Licht, basically, long story short, says like these scales are like infernal scales.
Yep. And the dragon has like this full evolution.
Yeah, he has like
grows
different forms.
Yeah, he grows like he looks like a demon. Because he starts getting like the scales all over, and then it's also like horns or like scales. What are they? What were they? Like big spikes coming out of his shoulders.
Yeah.
And he gets like this more demonic look to him. And he kind of, they're saying that Licht says that he can go in and out of infernalization.
Which is nuts.
Which is insane.
Which is kind of crazy.
Yeah.
So then
he's a legitimate demon.
At one point, the dragon like spits fire.
Yeah.
And like, it's like right here, and there's a giant explosion.
Wait. Oh yeah, and there's a giant explosion because Arthur kind of
prior to that it shows like a knight, you know, protecting himself with a cape.
Yep.
Which I was like, okay, there was no cape, so you have to be like hurt or dead. Smoke fades, Arthur standing there.
Well, the cool thing, there was a really cool clip, and it's the shot of the beam of fire.
It's like right here
on Arthur, and Arthur just like and then boom.
Yeah, boom. And I was like, okay, well, you have to be hurt or something. Or someone maybe grabbed you, saved you, something. Right? Smoke clears. Arthur standing there, and everyone's like, what the fuck? And then Arthur explains that he now, I guess, I don't even know how he like made it, but like he now has a plasma cape.
Yeah, he's
so like how his sword is like
always, like he was like, I was fighting without my cape.
And like how his sword looks, he now has a cape made of that.
He has a plasma cape coming out of the back, and dude, his sword gets bigger.
Oh yeah,
his sword.
Now he called like, I'm pretty sure like, doesn't he call it the dragon slayer?
It's like it was like the something bigger. I can't remember, something dragon slayer. There was like another name to it. I didn't write it down.
Sub name and then like the actual name. But yeah, his sword is now bigger.
It's now bigger. It's huge, and this dude is about to pop off. And
so now he has a cape and a sword.
He does. He goes, and
I feel like at some point, if this evolution happens, he's gonna have like a plasma helmet, and that'll be like the last thing, and then he'll be like,
I would say shield.
Ooh,
I don't think it'd be helmet.
I think sword and shield and helmet, like a full on plasma armor, like a set of armor.
You think? I feel like they would just go with the shield, because I feel like that's the only thing that he does. Well,
like,
I mean,
sword, shield, cape, helmet, or sword, shield, cape.
Just sword, shield, cape. I think he's gonna keep it because he has
his hood. Fair.
He has his hood, right? And that's like his kind of like his iconic thing.
Or if his entire like outfit just turns into like a plasma thing.
Yeah, it just has like plasma coming off of it. That would be pretty cool.
Yeah.
That'd be pretty cool.
But yeah, so now he has a cape, he has a sword. Infernal guy is kind of still like evolving a bit.
Yeah. Yeah, he is.
Slowly. And Arthur basically charges him for one last hoorah. He's like, this will be the killing blow that'll defeat thy dragon. And I shall be known as Arthur who killed the dragon. And we get a fucking Kia, and something unexpected happens.
Hit it.
It happened very quickly, but if I'm not mistaken, did the guy grab it or just like hit it? I can't recall because it happened so fast.
I think he hit it.
Yeah. So he hits Arthur's sword, and his entire hilt just shatters.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, he hits him. The dragon hits him extremely hard. You get kind of a blood, kind of like a gash all the way along his.
Oh
his arm.
I think it starts here and goes all the way down into his hand, and then the beam
goes
away, and then the sword
breaks.
Hilt shatters.
Yeah,
and Arthur's just whole demeanor shatters,
and that was when my heart broke.
Because then he falls, his arm's bleeding. If I'm not mistaken, it's either a Vulcan or a Mach. He's like, oh my god, Arthur, are you okay? Get up. You're the Night King, blah, blah, blah. And then we see Dragon, who's fully transformed into a dragon. made of infernal scales.
Yep, made of infernal scales, and he's like legit.
So
just
yeah,
a
so
dragon now.
those spikes, I guess, were like the sort of wings.
Yeah, the wings, and then he has wings, and he is a full blown dragon.
Yeah,
we get a cut back to Captain Obi.
Oh yeah, so now Shinra, I think, jumps in the air. Joker does 4 of a kind.
Yeah,
throws the cards. Burns
just
basically
straight up.
Burns tanks him.
Who's the dude? Channing Tatum was supposed to play him. No, he did play him. Gambit. Hits a Gambit. Just.
Oh yeah, yeah. Burns tanks him. And he's like, your attacks won't hurt me. XYZ. Looks up, and Shinra just fucking. The heel from heaven just nukes this dude into like the fucking roof.
Yeah, just into the roof. And
I don't know if you caught it, but there was a clip of like when he went flying down, smoke went everywhere. Obi is still posing.
Yeah, Obi's in the back. If you I did see that.
Yeah. If you look in the back when smoke is like fuming everywhere, Obi still just
I appreciated
I
it.
laughed.
I appreciated it. I really did.
So pew 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 pew. They go down like at least 4 floors.
Yep.
4 or 5.
And then
Burns is like talking, and then we get like a scene of him, and now he's even more orange, more red, no pupils.
Yep.
And we get a name saying Voltage Nova Stage fucking 3.
Yeah.
And like usually
where was stage 1 and 2?
Stage 1 was the first time he did it.
The first time
yeah.
he did it.
Stage 2 said, fuck it.
Yeah.
I don't need stage 2. Charging up. And I don't know if you guys caught it, but usually like when Burns was like, I guess, glowing, you can see like the blue accents. Those blue accents are now orange, and like bro is literally like on fire.
Yeah, he's actually just on fire.
It's crazy. So like the first Voltage Nova was kind of insane. What does stage 3 look like?
Dude, I mean, think about it. In cancer stages, it only gets worse.
That was so dark. Holy cow, that's crazy. Think about it like cancer, only gets worse.
That was the end of the episode. It was my favorite episode that I've ever watched.
Apparently this was like the best fight.
Nah. I would give it a 9 out of 10. Solid 9 out of 10.
Oh yeah. This is
solid 9 out of 10.
Yeah, because now I can I think this is the start of one of the best fights.
The reason I'm so happy about this episode is because honestly, it felt like it was catered towards me.
It was your boy.
It was legitimately.
Cooper has the biggest heart for Arthur.
I do. I like Arthur's my favorite character. I've said this. He is my main character because I think he's just the best. Every time he says something, it makes me laugh. He's a great character, and for me, this was a big This was my end of flexing and everything. This was my episode.
The flexing. I was like, this is it.
Yeah, this is it.
This is it. So this is a 9 off rip,
right? I give it a 9 out of 10. I think it was
easy. Yeah, great episode.
Cool. So I do have one small segment to go over with you. I wanted to do a new segment on this show called Cooper's Corner, and I wanted to bring it back.
What a crazy name.
Well, Cooper's Corner actually evolved. It was an inside thing for when I used to work at GameStop, and it was a corner where I used to put really lewd statues.
Oh, yeah.
So Cooper's Corner has been around, that was, it's been a thing.
The corner is kind of still there.
The corner definitely is still there.
Yeah, and
it was created by me.
And like I was saying to Sheldon the other day, we were getting more and more like lewd. Like there have been some where I'm like, there's children that shop here. Why are we getting
no, I know.
But yeah, anyway.
It was great. It was fantastic. So I put them all in a display case. Looked amazing. And that was Cooper's Corner. And it was all about dumb things. And I wanted to bring back
give it a physical form.
I wanted to give it a physical form and bring it back in a sense where back in the day, if you're a long time listener, you probably know we used to go by the name The Ballsack Podcast.
Yeah, we did.
That was our original name. It was so stupid. I came up with it, and honestly, hilarious name because SAC was Sheldon Andre Cooper. We started it, and it was funny. I thought it was smart, but I want to bring back some of that old debauchery. We used to be so stupid on this podcast. If you go listen to the first few episodes, it's the most ridiculous thing you've ever heard in your entire life. It's horrible. The audio is bad. It's not worth watching, but damn, was it funny. And I do miss that time, which is why I want to bring it back in a small segment at the end where we're going to go over some stupid things. Some pop culture stuff. It could be video game stuff. It could be anime stuff, but it'll all be more on the darker side. Or just the more pop culture side. But today I wanted to ask, there's a big question online, and it's 100 men versus one gorilla.
How did this start?
I don't know. It was just a meme that's been
I think
off.
one of my favorite ones I've seen so far. Well, there've been two. So the first one, have you ever seen the movie Tarzan?
Yeah.
Okay, so
no, I know what you're talking about. I know the one dude who thinks that he could take the gorilla.
No. Okay, so it's the scene of Tarzan's dad, who's the big ape, and Tarzan with like the tip of the spear, and it's just them. And the captain reads when the one guy turns on the rest of the guys, and he joins the gorilla. Yes, I was like, yes. And then that classic meme of like, I think it's Joe Rogan and the rest and the other two guys, and they like go, oh!
Yeah.
So the caption reads when the 75th guy uppercuts the gorilla, he starts to wobble. It's like, yes. And they're like, oh!
So this has spurred so much on like,
I don't even know how it started.
I don't know, but everyone's talking about it. But there was one really cool side tangent that I saw.
So the context is someone or somewhere started that 99 normal dudes could take a silverback gorilla.
Yeah.
And
there's been an argument online because some people really think.
Some people full blown are like, oh yeah, we could do it.
It was so funny. I was consuming so much of this content.
Do you understand that if you watch another man get crushed by a gorilla?
Wait, there was a dude. I watched a video of a dude who's like, it was online. It was on Instagram. I'm not taking his word seriously, but he was like, I am a gorilla specialist. He's like, I feel like I should weigh in on this. And he's like, you know, you have 100 men, you have one gorilla. 100 dudes can't actually physically get in front of a gorilla. Like, it just doesn't make sense because the gorilla is only so big, right? 100 dudes couldn't just like all pile on top of him. So you'd probably have to send them in groups of 10. And he's like, you know, a gorilla is like 500-600 pounds. The first like 4 or 5 groups dead. No problem.
Okay,
but
if you're another human being and you watch another human, you're a human being and you watch another human just get rocked by a gorilla, do you honestly think your psyche will be able to take that?
There is no way
in hell that I could watch Cooper just get rocked by a gorilla and be like
disintegrated.
And I could be like, that won't happen to me. Like, there's no way that would happen.
Like, you remember in Windbreakers just a few episodes ago when in the season, the second years come in and one dude drop kicks the dude 10 feet into a steel wall?
I could not watch someone get Chai-Hin IRL. I could not do it. That would
half of their body blown open. Every part of their ribs, spine, and everything is popped out.
I couldn't watch a gorilla take 2 men and just be like, or like hold one. I couldn't watch that IRL and be okay. Like, I could not do it.
No one could.
So yeah, so
there was a special little question that somebody asked, and I thought this is actually smart. They said, you know, 100 men versus a gorilla. That's a dumb question. What about your friend group versus one chimpanzee? I was like,
okay, apparently, I think it's when you were at McDonald's, Sheldon told me that apparently I believe he said in the Congo or something, groups of chimps are attacking gorillas and killing them and eating them for territory.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, yes, like chimps usually have they're strong as hell. Like, let's be real. A chimp is probably like, on our scale, they're stronger than us.
So out of my friend group, if I saw a chimp jump onto my homie's back and start grabbing hair or eating face or just like
peeling have you ever heard of them peeling the face off?
Yeah. Or like if this is
poking
their head, out? Just straight. I couldn't see that and be okay. I'm not going to be like, Cooper, hang on. I couldn't do it. I'd be like, sorry, Cooper, you're dead.
Damn. I thought we could take it.
Oh wait,
We're gonna be injured.
You mean all of us
All
charging?
of us.
Okay, wait.
We're
okay,
all
wait.
going.
I thought you meant like one of us go at a time.
Our friend group versus one chimpanzee.
Like 4 or 5
unit chimpanzee.
4, 5, 3, 2, 1. Go charge.
Full formed adult male chimpanzee.
I feel like
we're gonna be fucked up, but I think we got it. One of us might die. 2 of us might die.
Someone's face is getting peeled.
Yeah.
Sheldon's.
Oh, we're fucked.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
But
my face is not.
I think if I got a hold of it, I could swing with the force of all of my body and just throw this thing. Because, like, what do they weigh? What's a chimp weigh? Let me find this out.
That's a great question.
I think if we found out how much a chimp can't weigh that much, right? What's a chimp weigh?
But yeah, I don't know where this whole gorilla versus like 99 people thing started, but I've seen it and I'm like, why is this even a discussion that we as humans are having? Because that's just an insane concept to think that 100 men could just take on a silverback gorilla.
Yeah, that's so they're weigh between 40 and 70 kilos, which is 88 and 144 pounds.
Now, how fast
so
are they?
144 pounds.
How fast are they though?
They're fast as hell. What are monkeys, bro? They're chimpanzees.
So if this thing is sprinting at you and then jumps, that's
150
pounds.
That's my weight, bro. That's
so
10 pounds under me.
Imagine if you're charging and I just lob 150 at you. Like, that's gonna hurt.
100%. But I feel like me and you, we could fuck them up.
But now, if that happens, like if this was actually gonna happen and we were charging it, adrenaline would kick in.
Exactly. No, we're getting messed up. But I think like if I'm so messed up and I'm like this thing's like rip my ear off, I'm going ape on this thing. I'm going until I die. Like this is life or death. It's fight or flight. I feel like
your family bites the dust or you fight this thing.
I'm
fighting this thing. I'll bite its ear off.
Exactly.
I don't care if I get rabies.
Pat would die.
Raid me.
Pat's off rip. Pat's off rip.
I push Pat into it.
Pat's meat shit. I love you, Pat.
I feel like you know who I feel like would be the first one to just get in there and try and like
Anil.
Yeah.
Anil's the first one.
Anil would hit jujitsu on it first.
Anil's gonna go right in. He's jujitsu.
Yeah. I like it'd be like, okay, guys, this is what we're gonna do. Yeah, and he would be the first one off rip to just be like headlock for like headlock off rip for
that thing's biting him though.
Anil would bite back. Anil would bite.
True. I feel like it would be Anil's jumping in. We're planning, and then we just realize that Pat has got to be the shield. And then we go in behind and we just start beating the hell out of this
it would
thing.
be
just
Anil would start it. Anil would start it.
Oh, 100%. He's
we would then try and intervene, and then if it escapes, we grab Pat and use him as like a shield. And then we push Pat into it. Chip will just start to eat Pat.
And we beat the hell out of
that. And then we just beat
stomp.
Yeah, and then we beat the chimp. Pat's on the brink of death, so we kill him so he doesn't have to suffer. And we win.
We pull out a revolver. We're like, Pat, we loved you.
We take him to see the sunset one last time.
We point the gun to the back of his head. One tear comes out, and he's like, I just wish I could have fucked the main character from Oshinoko.
one last. Why are we here, guys?
One last lolly. And then we blow his brains out.
Yes. But yeah, I think like as a group, if we there's a slight chance we might be able to do it.
Okay, that was a fun conversation. I enjoyed it.
Do you honestly think 99 men could take a silverback?
No, absolutely not. Are you joking? I mean, maybe he might get tired, but like, how are you even gonna deal damage to it? Like for real though, like those things are thick. Like they're
even
bone
if you
density.
Full blown like punch this thing, your hand will shatter.
Your hand will shatter. Like you can't. Maybe if it was 100 Francis Ngannous, like maybe. Like if you have 100 260-pound men who are absolute killers,
maybe they could submit this thing.
Not even submit it. I think they could, like, if it was Francis, if 100 multiply Francis Ngannou's, yeah, sure. So if you get 100 absolute freak behemoth killers, possibly.
Like all the gorilla has to do is charge the
But
group.
if it was 100 random people,
Random Joe Schmoes.
I'm putting $1 billion on the ape.
Yeah, all the ape has to do is like full blown sprint through the group and clear like at least 25% of them.
Yeah, like
easy.
Are we? And also the question is, weapons or no weapons? That's a big question.
I say his hands.
If it's just hands, no, I'm giving gorilla all the way. There's no way. If you get like hand weapons, like you can get like a javelin or like some swords or something, I'll give.
Oh, easy. Right? Yeah. Or like
easy. That thing is still gonna crush you with the first 50 people are still gonna get.
But the latter half might survive.
Yeah, the latter half.
Okay, let's not say swords and everything. Let's say like bats and like crowbars.
Oh, like blunt weapons?
Yeah. Do you still think?
Maybe. Possibly.
It's like at that point, it's like 60-40.
It's like 60-40. Yeah, it's a tighter race at that point. It's a tighter race.
But just hands, it's like it's not even close. Yeah.
But this is so that was kind of the conversation. I wanted to have more of these stupid fun conversations, and I feel
that was good.
It was fun. Right?
That was good. Yeah.
I feel like we need to get back into this. It's a fun way to end the pod, and I think it's going to be a new thing that I want to bring to this pod. So we hope you enjoyed this stupid episode of the Podsack podcast.
Yep.
We thank you for if you've made it this far. We love you guys.
Yeah.
We want you to like, share, comment, do all.
We
those
might.
things.
I don't know if it's confirmed. We might be adding a new anime in the mix.
Adding another
To
anime
Be Hero
into the
X. Sheldon's super into it. We watched the first episode.
Yeah, it's very, very popular right now. It's popping off, so we might add that into our repertoire.
Yeah.
That will be a decision you will find out next week on this very same podcast, where hopefully more people will be here. But again, let us know what you thought about any of the topics we talked about today. Borderlands, anime, 100 Man versus Gorilla. What do you guys think? Thank you guys for watching this episode of the Podsack podcast. We love you. We will see you in the next one. Sack Squad.
Out.
Peace.